Good afternoon, Democrats. Today is September the 8th, 2021. Happy Wednesday. It's time for the Chair's Daily Live. As you see, I am with you today, or at least for the next few minutes. I believe that Alicia Andrews will be joining us. She was traveling from the Capitol today to get to where she could be to do her live. So it may just be you and me, but hopefully that she will be joining us. A couple of things I wanted to share with you. One is, and this is an important one, because if you didn't vote last month, then you probably have the opportunity to vote next Tuesday. That's September 14th. Many places throughout the state of Oklahoma have ballot initiatives and so forth that they'll be voting on next Tuesday. So if you have not registered for your absentee ballot, you can at least go out to the election board website and find out what, if anything, your community will be voting on. And as always, I remind you that it's an important thing to always vote, even for things that may seem inconsequential, because ultimately your vote does impact your quality of life, whether it's for an individual or for an initiative or whatever is on the ballot. It will, in one way or another, impact your life. So I encourage you to vote. Then again, that's next Tuesday, the 14th of September. I know Alicia has talked a great deal about our candidate recruitment efforts, and it's something that we are in full swing of right now. It's been a very full process and an exciting one, because we're seeing people up and down the ticket who are interested in serving their communities, their state, as Democratic hopefuls in what we believe is going to be a game-changing year next year. But it's certainly not too late for you. If you are considering or have a friend who is considering running for office, whatever that may be, city, council, mayor, county commissioner, any of the statewide elected offices for House of Representatives or the state Senate or in Washington, we have a place for you and we will be here to support you. But please be thinking about that now and reach out to us, because we need to hear from you to see how we can help you decide if this is the right time for you and your family, to determine what needs you may have that we can help you with right away and all the way through the election next year. Now, having said that, I mentioned all the work that we're doing in candidate recruitment. We're doing a lot of work also in voter engagement. That's not just registering voters, but actually being able to speak with them, to talk with them, to highlight all of the important things that the party is doing and that party candidates are about to do. And this is another major effort on the part of your party. And I'm excited about this because we are seeing more people registering as Democrats, and ultimately that's what it's going to take. And I know that with all of the uncertainty with COVID, and Oklahoma is not in a good position with COVID right now, we are encouraging everyone to think creatively about ways to engage with each other in person, whether that's in a park, whether that's in a backyard setting, however we can come together. Because ultimately, for us to elect more Democrats, we need to be out there talking to folks, doing everything that we can. So be thinking about that as the weather starts to cool off a little bit, how and where your county parties or your federations, or just where small groups of Democrats can meet and talk and make plans in their own communities, because that's what we need to do. We need to be working together right now on ways that we can continue to come together safely, protecting everyone's health as we move forward. And finally, I want to say this to you. In an off year, and there's truly never an off year when it comes to politics, because even when we don't have a major election, we are still busy doing all the things that I mentioned a moment ago, plus so much more. We have developed new tools for our counties. We are going through with a fine-tooth comb all of our data to make it as valuable as possible to candidates as they run. But we also need your help, and we need your help now. I'm going to ask that if you have not made a contribution to your party this month, that you do so this week. We have a goal this week of raising $3,250 more between now and Friday, and that's a short period of time. But we know that with you helping us and talking to your friends, we can raise this amount of money. It's critical to our work, and I hope that you will join with us. Any amount is an appreciated contribution to making Democrats viable in Oklahoma. That's what we need to be doing. So please, before the end of this day, make a commitment to make a contribution to the Oklahoma Democratic Party. You can do that by going to okdemocrats.org/donate. This is a personal appeal, and I can't stress strongly enough how much we need your support right now. And with that, it looks like our chair has joined us. Hi, Alicia. How are you?
I'm well. I'm here.
Okay. Well, I'm going to turn it over to you folks. Thanks for letting me spend a few minutes with you today. And here's our chair.
Thank you, Scott. So I missed everything that Scott was saying except for his plea for donations. And so before I jump into what I want to talk about, I do want to echo his request for donations. The party is doing the work to lay the foundation so that we're ready for 2022. We're cleaning up our data. We're running voters registration programs, and we're doing the things so that we are ready. But a lot of those things cost money. And so I am going to echo what Scott said. We're just trying to raise $3,250, and we will raise that money $5, $10 at a time. And so you hear $3,000 and you think, well, I don't have $250 to donate. I don't have $3,000 to donate. We will take it $5 at a time. And so if you can commit to a $5 donation, monthly donation, that will help us build our budget. If you can commit to a $50 donation a month, $25 donation a month, all of those will be helpful. So what I wanted to talk about today is I am, as you can tell, I'm in a different setting. I am in Oklahoma City today. I got an opportunity to spend some time with some of our legislators today. And I actually attended my first interim study, and it's about voter absentee ballots. If you watch me for any amount of time, you know that absentee ballots are my jam. I really care about those. And I think that it's been slowly but surely kind of under attack. And I want to send a special shout out to Representative Fugate, Representative John Waldron, Representative Marilyn Bell, Senator Dossett for their hard work today in gathering the subject matter experts and making sure that both sides of the aisle were represented. And we could talk about protecting our right to vote absentee, protecting our right to vote even if we have to work 7 to 7 on Tuesday, election day. And I learned a lot today. We are still working on making sure that there are opportunities for us to learn and for us to improve our process and for us to make sure that everyone has free and fair access to the ballot box. They know what to do when they get there, and they know that their vote is going to count. And I watched the process today, and it was great. And half of the state has an election next Tuesday. Half of the state has an election next Tuesday. I say this every day, but I want to say it one more time. Please go out to the Oklahoma State Election Board, put in your information, find out if you have some propositions to vote on next Tuesday. Don't wait to the last minute. Go out. Print your sample ballot, familiarize yourself with what the propositions are so that you're educated when you get there. Today has energized me more than I anticipated. I don't like driving to the city, but I got an opportunity to spend some time with legislators, watching them do the job that we elect them to do. I'm so grateful that they're there. Stay tuned. I'm going to talk a little bit more about this after I've had some time to kind of digest it. But we all have to do everything we can to make sure that every eligible legal voter has Thank you, Rep. Fugate. Every legal voter has access to the ballot box. I heard some disturbing information about access for our disabled neighbors. We have work to do, Oklahoma. Access for are disenfranchised because they're former felons. We have a lot of work to do. You'll hear me kind of recap this, but I wanted to get on today just to let you guys know that we are still doing the work. I'm doing the work of making sure that our issues are heard and working with our legislators, and our legislators are doing the work. There was a lot of work put in today to prepare so that hopefully in the next session we have a bill presented that expands voter access, because that's what's important, is making sure that everybody can vote. All righty. So I want to thank you guys for joining me. I came on late because I promised you I'd be here today. I want to thank our executive director, Scott Hamilton, for pitch hitting for me and getting us started. And I want to put in another plea. It takes money to do this. It takes money to do this. And we really would appreciate your support. If Scott would put up the donation one more time, it's okdemocrats.org/donate. Any little bit will help. All righty. Thanks for joining me. And I will be back tomorrow at 4:15. Have a great one.